3, 2, 1. What's up, bridal babes? I hope you're ready to talk weddings with me in another exciting episode of your favorite wedding show, Bridal Buzz. I'm your host, Kat. I've worked in wedding media for 3 years. I had a wedding in April 2023, and today we're going to be talking about 24 wedding trends to keep an eye out for in 2024 weddings. These are my personal predictions, things I've heard from other wedding vendors, things I've seen growing in popularity in the weddings that I've covered, and overall just a general consensus of what we expect to see more of in 2024 wedding season. So if you're planning a 2024 wedding, this is definitely the video for you, and welcome to Bridal Buzz. With that, let's go ahead and get started. Now, today's list has no particular order, but you're gonna wanna stay tuned for the whole thing to make sure you hear all of the best inspiration for your 2024 wedding. And because of the nature of this style of video, we are just going to be rapidly going through this list of 24 things that I'm predicting of seeing more of. But if you want to see me go further into detail about any of these things in particular, just go into the comments and let me know. So the first trend I predict to see more of in 2024 weddings is documentary style photography. It is out with the old and in with the new, out with the posed and in with the real raw moments. This has been on the rise for like the last 5 years or so, but we are definitely going to be seeing this more in 2024, and we are definitely going to be seeing more texture. Now, this is definitely an aesthetic trend, but we are going to be seeing more texture in flowers, more texture in linens, more texture in our outfits, what I like to call texture eye candy. And don't worry, some of the other trends that we're covering in this video are definitely leaning into that texture element. But moving on, third on our list today is going to be family-focused events. We're seeing more and more couples going into the 2024 wedding season, planning with the priority of family over anything else on their wedding day. I mean, I love this trend. I think family is so important, and I personally think the best money spent is on the people that you love most that are coming to your wedding. Next on this list of 2024 wedding trends is going to be a seated bridal party. I've been seeing this in conversation a lot on social media, and it kind of makes sense. Like, the more I think about it, the weirder it gets to even think about having a bridal party standing next to the couple getting married at the altar. But to each their own, DIFY, do it for you. If you want to have your bridal party standing, do it. But there's also this new element of having them sit down, less pressure on them, and ultimately a better experience for them to be able to actually watch your ceremony instead of stressing out about all the little details they need to be thinking about when standing up there at the altar. And speaking of bridal party, this next trend is going to be non-traditional bridesmaids outfits. We've definitely been seeing bridesmaids stray away from that cookie cutter, everyone in the same color, everyone in the same dress vibe, and they're choosing to lean more into a combination of multiple textures, multiple fabrics, multiple colors, and I love it. Again, that texture eye candy is everything for 2024 weddings. And while this has kind of been trending for a while, I do think it's only going to get bigger and bolder with the kind of decisions that bridesmaids and couples are making for those outfits. And another non-traditional bridesmaid trend for 2024 weddings is non-traditional bridesmaids bouquets. We're starting to see very different bridesmaid bouquets, like bags, baskets, fans. It's gorgeous. It's giving like high fashion, farmer's market chic. Oh, me? Yes, I'm a bridesmaid. Why? Kind of vibes, you know what I mean? And moving away from bridal party for a minute, number 7 on our list of 24 wedding trends to keep an eye out for in 2024 weddings is going to be guest experiences. Guest experiences are definitely on the rise for 2024 weddings and definitely need to be considered when you're making your overall budget for your 2024 wedding. Some fun guest experience ideas are photo booths, audio guest books, live painting, yard games, and anything else that is unique and fun that will add to the guest experience at your wedding. Switching gears again, I recently talked to someone who makes cakes for weddings, and one of the wedding trend predictions that they had is lambeth piping for cakes. Gwen Stefani started the rise of that vintage cake aesthetic, and we are going to only be seeing more of that in 2024. I love it. I love that kind of throwback look to the late 80s wedding cake. It kind of reminds me of my parents' generation of weddings, and I love the modern spin on it. Even though it's like a very intricate, delicate, feminine design, for some reason it still kind of feels like a low-key, fun bride move to make for a wedding reception. So if you're looking for that splash of vintage for your wedding reception, definitely consider that lambeth piping for your wedding cake. Our next trending item for 2024 weddings is going to be weekend weddings. And now, because of that family-focused guest experience priority that couples are starting to have for their weddings, weekend weddings are definitely on the rise, and it makes sense. Weekend weddings give you the time to actually have meaningful conversations with the people that are attending. Not to say that you won't have have meaningful conversations at your wedding day in general, but having that welcome party, having that goodbye brunch gives you the opportunity as the couple getting married to just really feel a little bit more grounded and a little less stressed around your wedding guests. I'm so glad I did this for my wedding. Let me know in the comments if you plan on having a weekend wedding, and if you have any questions about how to make the most out of it, I will be happy to answer. And something I'm seeing a lot more of as we're going into 2024 wedding season is having a post-wedding celebration after you have a civil ceremony. So this means getting legally married at one point in time and then having your wedding at another point in time. I love seeing this trend on the rise because honestly, it's a DIFY world out there. Do it for you, bridal babes. If you want to have your legal ceremony, just you and your partner, you and your family members, without all of the pressure of the celebration, do it. You're not alone in your desire to get married in that kind of way. I think it really just shows that the couple cares about the connection and the love that they're celebrating more than they care about having a big, showy event with all the pressures that come with it. But for the couples that are looking for that big kind of showy event, a 2024 wedding trend that you should be keeping your eye on is elevated floral design. I am just obsessed with like the art that I've been seeing in wedding florals in this last season and going into 2024. Some of the things that I've seen could actually be in museums. They are so stunning. And it goes back to that texture-centered decor inspiration, all creating these breathtaking moments provided by flowers. So if you have the room in your budget and you want to have that design-focused day, definitely consider having your elevated floral design at the top of your list for your budget for decor. All right, now we are about halfway through our list. Number 12 on my list of 24 wedding trends for 2024 is going to be cash fund registries. And I know this isn't a new concept, but I think it's becoming more acceptable and overall more desired by couples to have a cash fund registry for their honeymoon or a new home that they bought instead of asking for a bunch of items or random stuff. I think this trend makes things easier for both the couple getting married and the guest giving a present because all you have to do is just send them money and everyone will be happy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We've covered a lot of things on this list, but we have yet to cover anything about bridal design specifically. So one of the number one trends that we're seeing for wedding dresses that are coming up in the 2024 wedding season is going to be 3D floral appliques. I don't know if I'll be able to say it enough in this video, but texture, eye candy heaven. 3D floral appliques are a huge part of that, and 2024 brides and those wearing wedding dresses are definitely going to be leaning more into that aesthetic for their wedding day. I'm personally very happy that we're moving into this direction with wedding dresses because we've kind of been stuck in that sleek slip dress trend for the last couple of years, and while it's gorgeous and chic, I do think there is something just so special and bridal about over-the-top floral lace design on a wedding dress. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of that in 2024. Let me know in the comments if you are too. And another bridal trend before we move on to others is going to be transformable and convertible wedding dresses. Now I'm not talking Transformers. I'm talking about removable pieces that make your wedding dress into 2 or 3 different looks. This can be removable sleeves, a removable overskirt, anything that a designer intentionally created for you to be able to have multiple looks within one piece of clothing. Another trend that I'm predicting of seeing more of in 2024 is going to be late night snacks and food carts. I think there are a lot of different reasons we're seeing this trend on the rise. I'm obsessed. I'm never going to say no to a taco at 11:30 at night, especially if I've been dancing my little booty off all night. And I especially love to see how creative couples and vendors are getting with the food carts, with the churros and waffles and popsicles. And honestly, you want it, you name it, they probably have it in a cart. We're definitely going to be seeing more of that in 2024. And we're also going to be seeing a lot more of what is called wedding content creation. I personally don't know how I feel about this trend, and I personally don't really know how long this will stay desired by couples getting married, but it is definitely a hot topic right now and a hot trend for couples getting married. So if you are planning a 2024 wedding, you're probably going to want to consider having a wedding day content creator. Do you like this trend? Do you think it's going to stay around for a long time? I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts. Head to the comments and let me know. We've made it to number 17 on our list of 24 trends for 2024, and this is probably one of the most universally discussed trends when it comes to 2024 weddings, and that is going to be bold, vibrant color schemes. And now I'm not just talking about one color here, one color there. No, I'm talking 3 or 4 bold colors chosen all to go together in one floral arrangement, all to go together in your bridesmaids outfits, in your stationery, in your wedding reception decor, you name it. Gone are the days of dusty and muted tones, and here are the days of bright and bold and vibrant and I love it. I'm definitely a color girly, but if you're not a color girly, this next wedding trend is definitely for you, and that is going to be organic and natural elements. So while we have that trend of bold and vibrant colors, we also have this trend of really just embracing the beauty of the nature that you're surrounded with, maybe booking a wedding venue based off of the nature that it's in, doing exposed wooden farm tables without linens, using stone where you would normally use plastic or metal, and just overall keeping that aesthetic focused on the beauty of nature. And don't fool yourself, an organic natural wedding can also be texture eye candy heaven. There are so many ways to create rich decor moments in your wedding day, whether you're using disco balls or whether you're using limestone. But kind of piggybacking off of that organic feel for your wedding, sustainability is going to be a huge trend that we're continuing to see rise into the 2024 wedding season. It makes my heart so happy to continue to see couples choose sustainable practice over single-use products. It can be really easy to give up and just buy the things from Amazon, buy the things that you'll never use again. But if you're able to rent, or if you're able to purchase items that you will reuse, you might not save money, but you are saving the planet, people. So what matters most in the long-term scheme of things? Moving on to my next trend prediction for 2024 weddings, it is going to be an intimate guest list for sure. And depending on who you talk to, the head count could vary from 50 to 100. For the sake of my opinion, I'm going to say under 100 guests. And I do think, again, this is tied back into that family-focused guest experience priority that couples are really starting to have going into 2024 weddings. And at the end of the day, people, it all comes down to, again, whatever your priority is as the couple getting married. All right, bridal babes, we're getting toward the end of our list for today's episode. If you've liked what you've seen so far, make sure you just hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and let's keep going. Number 21 on my list of 24 wedding trends to keep an eye out for in 2024 weddings is going to be 3-piece and patterned suits for the groom or whoever's choosing to wear a suit at your wedding. I love that in 2024 weddings, we are giving the groom a moment. It is not just the bride's day. You are marrying each other. So it makes me so happy to see grooms or the partner wearing the suit getting more and more unique, more and more adventurous, with the colors and the styles that they choose to implement into their wedding day outfit. And how could I mention a trend for the groom without mentioning a trend for the groomsmen? So in 2024, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of mixed and matched groomsmen outfits. Even though we've seen that a lot in bridesmaids in the last almost 10 years of weddings, we are just now starting to see that trend veer into the groomsmen side of the bridal party. And again, I love that we're giving these suits a moment. The wedding is not just about the bride, not just about the person wearing the big dress. So to see these adventurous decisions being made for grooms and groomsmen suits is something that makes me super happy. Second to last on our list of 2024 wedding trends is going to be a new take on old traditions. We're seeing couples have that desire to respect tradition, but make it their own in some kind of unique way. So when it comes to things like garter toss, bouquet toss, cake cutting, in 2024 weddings, you're going to see those look a lot different than you did 5-10 years ago at a wedding you attended. I love that for the couple. I love it for the guests attending. Again, it's a DIFY wedding world, so do it for you, boo. And last but not least, on our list of 24 wedding trends to take into consideration for your 2024 wedding is going to be destination weddings. Because we're seeing a reduction in guest lists, because we're seeing a focus on guest experience, destination weddings are a natural follow-up from that. More couples are starting to realize that the money spent on a destination wedding is money better spent than they would have had on their hometown wedding. So if you're getting married in 2024, definitely consider a destination wedding before you just auto opt in to the wedding venue that's closest to your house. And that about sums it up for my video of 24 wedding trends to look out for in 2024 weddings. As always, thanks for watching. Head to my channel if you want more content like this, and let me know what you thought of the trends that I brought up today in the comments below. Happy wedding planning to you, and I'll see you next time.